Greetings and salutations, guys. It is CJ from the Leishman Society, and today we are going to talk about the who, what, and why of the Leishman Society. And let's just get into it. The who. The Leishman Society is an idea that came about with me a couple years back. It was basically localized in, I guess you would call them local missions or evangelism. And it kind of expanded from there in my mind to where it is now in my mind, but we're going to get there. And the main focus of it is equipping missionaries to be the best missionaries that can be. And that's just through information. There's so many different things to think about. There's so many different ways to do things. And I'm just trying to do my part of helping individuals either realize that there are different ways to do things. And I'm real big on like preparation. I'm real big on equipment. I'm real big on like doing things practically and really helping people get over the fear of missions. I know there are a lot of people that want to do missions, and going to a different country freaks them out. A lot of people, this is the first time they will ever leave the country. This is the first time that they've been in a new culture. This is the first time that they've had to eat different foods, or it's a whole lot. Missions requires a whole lot of you. So in that, the Leishman Society, I want it to be a place where people can get equipped mentally, physically, and spiritually, help individuals realize different things that they didn't think about themselves, or just help them with just the small stuff. Because missions, a lot of it is the big thing, the big picture that we all see is the world, right? We see where we're going and how and what we're going to do there, but a lot of it is the steps that gets there. And I'm not saying just by watching these videos that you're going to be super prepared, because what I've come to know is that missions is also a place where God will do spectacular things in people's lives. And it's no matter how much you prepare for everything, God always has a way to show himself in a way, not to say that he's trying to mess us up, but what he's trying to do is he's trying to grow us up. So that's the beautiful thing about missions, that he stretches us, he changes us, he lifts us up, he builds our faith, he builds our trust. He does so many wonderful things through missions, and that's one of the reasons why I want to promote missions and push missions, because we're living in a time where missions are a necessity. Missions are something that we must do. It's one of the first things that he told the disciples and the apostles to do before he went up. It was one of the most pertinent things they told us to do. He said, go. And I want to encourage people to go. And I want to try to help them the best way that I know how. So what are we? On this channel, we're just going to be the channel of information. So like I said, spiritually, physically, mentally. So how to physically prepare yourself, how to mentally prepare yourself, and how to spiritually prepare yourself. So there's going to be a variety of videos. So I'm not saying I'm going to be in here giving you workouts and stuff to do, but there are going to be things that you might want to think about physically before you go. What do I need to do? Even like physically preparing yourself. So as far as packing, as far as just having everything ready, like being prepared. Like that's the biggest thing when you go overseas. There's this great big world outside of our city, and I know I've met a lot of missionaries in the past couple of trips that have never been out the country. They've never been out of their hometown. They've never been on airplanes before. And for you to take a person that has such not a small view, but a very tight view of the world, because they've never left their city, and then you say, all right, I'm going to send you to a country that's 7, 1,000, 12,000, I don't know how big the earth is, but you're going to send you 5,000 miles, 4,000 miles, 3,000 miles. I know that's a lot of miles. I might be circumventing the globe a couple times, but get a bearing on what that looks like for you. And just spiritually, it could lead to Bible studies, but I think preparation is just talking about the word, also books to read, and the things that you may need. As you can see, Acts 2:38, Pentecostal Apostolic. So missions is an awesome place for ministry. Missions is an awesome place where God calls. Missions is an awesome place where God helps equip. So it hasn't been uncommon for people to have to work altars. It hasn't been uncommon that you have to pray for people. It's an excellent place, because faith is the faith of the people that you will meet in these places is crazy. And God does miracles. God does wonders. God does a whole lot of things. It's perfect. Like it's the this like fertile ground for the things that we talk about in our local churches for us to like actually see it. But what I'm saying is that God uses missions to do wondrous things. About testimonies that people have had, and it might help you. Okay, you never know what God is going to bring to your remembrance. But the thing is that if He's going to bring it to your remembrance, it has to be in there. He can give you new stuff, but let's prepare ourselves the best way that we know how. And why do we do it? It's because God said so. I know that's like, well, I don't like that explanation. Doesn't matter. God told us, He wants us to go. He wants us to baptize. He wants us to evangelize. He wants us to teach. He wants us to preach. He wants us to do all these things. However I can be a help, that's what I want to do. I'm nobody's pastor. I'm nobody's overseer. I'm nobody's anything. I'm just a missionary that has a heart for missions, a servant that has a heart for missions, and I want to help people the best way that I know how. And if it's by giving people information, then so be it. If it's by giving them a different way to think about missions, so be it. If it's inspiring them to do missions and to take that leap of faith, that's what I'm gonna do. And that's what I hope that this channel can bring. I hope that this channel can be for somebody. It's a place where they can go get information and prove themselves. Like, we can't be in this thing. That's one of those things, and this is not I don't want to turn this into something else, but some people will get in this thing, some people get saved and kind of get stuck because they're not improving. But I think in anything in ministry, we can do the same thing. We can increase ourselves in the scriptures to better prepare ourselves for where He's taking us, right? This is just one of the things that I want to do. I don't think there's anything wrong with training. What do you think discipleship is? Like, this, we're training us for the places that we're going to go. So I'm not saying this is going to be the end all be all, because you're going to have your meetings that you go on, the meetings that you have for your missions group. You're going to have the actual experiences, like those are going to teach you. You're going to learn so much through that. I know those are things that I can't teach you, but the things that I will try to teach you or try to help you understand, I will. That is it. So if you have any questions, comments, send it to us. If you want to email us at thelightsmission@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram. We are TLM Society. I don't think there's an underscore in there. There might be. But TLM Society. First three initials, Society, at Instagram. And go help us out. Support us. Support us with your likes. But also, if there are some things and some comments, some things that you want us to talk about. Like, I know I have things that I want to talk about, but what I have to talk about may not be pertinent to what you have. So, tell me, email me, put a comment, whatever it may be. We want to help you. I want to help you. I keep saying we because I want this thing to grow. I don't want to be the only lights guy. I don't want to be the only lights missionary. I don't want to be the only whatever. I want this to grow. So remember that God is able, He's faithful, you can trust Him. And that is about it. I'll see you guys.